Hey LinkedIn, we're creating a new video series, How to Have a Successful Career in Project Controls. I'm joined today by Dr Yakubu Olawale, who has a book called All Project Controls Methods and Best Practices Achieving Project Success. As a professional in today's world working with KPMG, what is project controls in today's world? What are the key skills essential for someone working in project controls today? Please give us your overview.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Uh, Professionals working in project controls require a blend of technical and interpersonal skills in today's world. Firstly, they would need to have the technical skills required for their area of project controls. So, for example, for someone working in schedule and time control, they would obviously need to understand how to develop and maintain a project schedule. They would need an understanding of how to develop a comprehensive work breakdown structure, for example. For someone working in cost control, for example, they would need to have an understanding of how to enact and implement a budget. They would have the forecasting skills and financial skills to be able to track and manage project cost and manage resources effectively. They should have an understanding of hand value management in order to measure project performance, against cost and schedule baselines, for example. So those are some of the technical skills. There are lots of technical skills you would need in order to be successful to have a career in project controls. However, there are lots of interpersonal skills that are even more important than the technical skills in
Yeah.
order to be successful as a project controls professional. The most important one of these, I would say, is communication skills. You need Project control professionals need excellent communication skills in order to be able to disseminate and communicate, the project information in order to kind of enact the action and call for action and decisions to be made. Because you would need to interact effectively with various project stakeholders, team members, and even leadership within and outside the project or the program you're working on. You need to have a very good attention to detail. You need to be detailed and meticulous in order to be able to produce accurate reports and project data and spot discrepancies in information that is being sent within a project or a program. I think all project control professionals actually need to have very good analytical skills in order to be able to interpret data and track key project metrics. You need to be able to have that flair for being able to analyze and analyze data. Uh, there's also something that's important here in terms of the skills. I've called it flair for software proficiency. You need to have that flair because project controls usually involve generation of data, and we need IT in order to enable the data, in order to get the insights from the data. So you need to be able to have a flair for and be able to use the various software packages in your area of project controls. And I would add here the ability to embrace new technology like artificial intelligence, because project controls is there will be a need for artificial intelligence. We're already seeing that within project controls anyway. And finally, uh, project controls need to have impeccable time management skills. I'm sure you understand there is usually that demand from all areas of a project or the organization for information, for data, in order to understand where the project is. And a project controls professional should be able to manage this demand. They need to be able to respond to various project stakeholders in order to be able to manage various demands simultaneously in order to provide the information on the progress of the project to the stakeholders.
That's great. That's great. Thank you. And if people want further insights, they need to buy your book because there's some great, fantastic insights there. The links in the comments box. One more question for you. Why is project controls critical to the success of a project?
Wow, great question. Uh, Obviously, I'm biased. I feel project control is one of the most important aspects of the domain of project management to a project. So, project controls provides a framework that keeps projects aligned with their objectives. This is because the delivery of a project rarely goes according to plan. I think there's a popular military saying that says, no military plan survives contact with the enemy. You've got to be able to adapt it. And that's the case for project control because once you start a project, projects are usually affected by exogenous factors like risk or even internal factors like change and scope control. The analogy I like to draw is the analogy of driving a car. Project controls is akin to driving a car where you need the necessary car instrumentation like the steering wheel, the brake, the accelerator to move faster, the brake to slow down, the speedometer to know the speed you're going, the dashboard with the various metrics that provides information about your oil gauge, your fuel gauge, and things like that. You need all these instruments in order to have better control of your car, in order to take you to your destination successfully. This is exactly what project control is to a project. Because without robust project controls, there would not be a structured way of understanding the current trajectory of your project in order to be able to understand the deviations and in order to provide you with the means to be able to react and correct any deviations happening on your project.
Great, thank you. Some great insights there. Thanks a lot for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.